I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter.
This is the Family Showdown! Howdy folks, welcome to Family Showdown. I'm Rebecca.
I'm Hunter.
And this is my top 100 games of all time. And today we're going to do 80 through 71. I'm excited about this because it is a very odd set of 10. We have in here one game that has been in my list all 3 years. And for those of you that didn't know, my first list that I made 2 years ago only was my top 10. So you might find that significant. And I have 4 completely new games on this list. So,
okay.
Without further ado, let's do my number 80. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready? Behind the piano blanket, number 80. Dun, da, da, da. Archaeology, The New Expedition. This game is a nice, cute little box and a whole lot of fun. Again, highly portable card game. And what you're doing in this one is your goal is to try to get the most points. And how you get points is by set collection. You're collecting different types of artifacts and getting groups of them. The more of them that you collect, the more points you get. However, you need to be able to set them down and get them safely down. So you're running a risk of trying to keep them up in your hand longer to get a larger set to lay down, risking a sandstorm or a thief stealing these things. So there's a lot of gameplay there. There's a little tent card you have where you kind of get a buy once. The first sandstorm you get, you can flip it over and your tent protects your artifacts and nothing gets destroyed or anything. But let me tell you, if the sandstorm hits, you lose half of your stuff. It's brutal. So it's really fun, a lot of play, and there's a special treasure chest that you can go to and get like extra loots and stuff from, but it's a little bit more difficult to get to because you got to get map pieces and stuff like that. Really fun game. I really like it. It's really easy to teach. It sounds more complicated than it is, I think, honestly, for what it is. Awesome game. Really fun game. If you haven't tried it, you might want to check out Archaeology, New Expedition.
Yep, that's a good choice. It was my number 95.
Nice.
So in the ballpark. We both really enjoyed this one. This is definitely a gateway game that we, like I said, you can teach this one in just a few minutes. Yeah,
and we need to play it more. Yeah. Honestly, this is one of those that I'm like, every time I look at it, I'm like, this game's fun. It's a lot of fun. There's that one. That's number 80. Now, my 79 is the magical game that has been on my list. This is the 3rd year. Do you have any idea what it might be? Just out of curiosity? I don't know if you've looked at my old original list. No, it's been a long time.
A couple of years old.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 game.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a trivia game?
No.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, let's bring it out. It is themed appropriately. Very awesome. Elysium. It still stands really strong with me. It's just that we've gotten other games to the table since then, this and that. I wouldn't be surprised if we played this a whole bunch. It would probably float up the list a hair. I could see it waffling a little bit. The mechanisms in this game are what really make it. I mean, obviously, I like the theme because I like mythology and all that. But what makes this one truly unique is the pillars and the pillar ability. So you've got, the cards are color-coded with 4 different, in fact, I'll just show you.
This one?
I do want to risk it. It could have blown up, but I don't care. This is the prettiest insert to a game, too. It's built to look, it kind of slid down here, but it's built to look like a Greek temple. Isn't that charming? And it holds all the cards and everything in place. But we have these really unique, I love this mechanism in the game. So you've got these 4 colored pillars, and you can pick a card that has, as you can see in the corner here, this one takes 1 green. That's the cost. And so I could pay for that if I have this one still on my board. But once I pick a card, I have to take one of my pillars and take it away. So now I have to look at the other cards and go, okay, I just got this one with the cost the green. Are there any other cards that I need to use that take this? If not, I'll go ahead and get rid of this. But now I can only buy cards that are of these 3 colors. My green is gone. So you have to really plan ahead and make some choices and hope that, you know, your opponent is not going to take your card from you. And I really like that. And it's only one phase of the game that you're doing. The other part of it is you've got your cards that you're going to be choosing, and they have special powers. They kind of have a twofold power. You're going, and then once you send them down to Elysium, that's when the second power they have kicks in, or it might just be that you're collecting a special set for endgame scoring. Really, really well thought out game. Beautiful. The artwork's amazing. There's different factions, like, that play slightly differently based off of the gods. For obvious reasons, then you're going to see, like, Ares is all about attacking. You know, they kind of stuck with a theme. Hades' abilities, he's got a lot of endgame scoring, so it's down in Elysium. Really clever. Clever game. Really pretty. Fun. That's my 79, and it has stood the test of time on my list.
Yeah, it's interesting that that one's kind of plummeted for you, too, because it's my number 92, and it was my 34 last year, and it was my 11 the year before.
I think part of it was we were still, had not been exposed to a whole lot of games a couple years ago. And this was a new mechanism.
Yeah.
Right? And some of the concepts that were in this game were really new to us, and it kind of blew us away. And so some of the luster's kind of gone off of that, but it's still just a really well-designed, well-thought-out game. And I think, yeah, it doesn't hit the table as much, and I think that's part of the reason it just
hasn't. I think it was all the new hotness when we...
Well, didn't it win an award or something, too, or it was a runner-up for it, or...
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Might have been a spiel, up for a spiel kind of thing, but... Anyway, a 79. Awesome game. And now we're to my 78. And we've been talking about this one a lot recently. In fact, we did a board game blender segment on it very recently. It's new to my list this year because it's new to us, and that is Arcadia Quest. This is... I'm like... I like dungeon crawls, but after a while, I'm like... Just, to me, they're only one step off from just playing a tabletop gaming system, so I'm like, okay, take it or leave it or whatever. But Arcadia Quest kicks it up a notch, and it feels like not only a dungeon crawl, but a video game. And I love that about it. You've got some really cool, unique characters. You get some neat weapons and unique things in the game. And just the way that the characters, you play them and you treat them, they move a certain amount, they get to do certain items, and you can stop and rest and kind of rejuvenate and get all your abilities back. If you die, you drop your loot, and you reappear, and you have to go run back and pick up your stuff if you want to, or the other player can snipe those things before you get back there to pick them up. That part of it just feels like a video game. Most board games are eliminated, you're out, you're dead. Or you don't die in the game and you just kind of, you have some kind of detriment or something like that. But this one, go ahead, it kills you off. But then you just, whoop, you rest and your dude pops right back up, and I love that. And the campaigns are really interesting. We've had a blast. In fact, we were just talking about it, that we wouldn't mind just throwing down another campaign sometime because it's so much fun and it's very engaging. So what would you like to add? Because I know you love this game.
Yeah, it's my number 20. I really, really love this game.
Yeah.
I like dungeon crawls, and this one is just right up my alley because, like she said, it doesn't really take itself seriously, which a lot of dungeon crawls
seriously, yeah.
do. The rules are very strict. There's a lot of rules to learn. It's very... rules intensive, and this one is not near as bad, and it's not as punitive if you make a mistake. It's not like the end of the world. It just kind of sets you back a little bit. Oh, love it. Love Arcadia Quest.
Yep. That's a fun one. That was my 78.
It was new to the list, right?
It is new to the list.
Right.
And
I don't know if you've been doing that.
Yeah, I have.
Have you? Okay.
Mm-hmm. My next one is also new to the list, but we're going in a completely different direction with this. We're going to go some more Euro style here. And this one is Shakespeare. This is such an elegant game. I really enjoy this one. So I want to pull this one out and show you a little bit because it's kind of easier to explain as you peek at this. You've got different tracks of abilities, and you get victory points for following these, and there's certain characters and abilities that help you move along that to get victory points. But here's where a lot of the action happens. Everybody's got their unique player board, and you're hiring actors and people that are set design or costume making and all these things, and everyone kind of helps you make combos that give you these different victory points in these different areas of the game. And as you're buying different abilities, you get little tiles to fill these in. And once you fill up certain areas, you get more of the little candles, which are the victory points. This is a really smooth... I really love the way this game goes and the way the currency works in the game. There's several different ones going on with that. You know, you kind of have, again, like the costume maker. And what was the one that you like to get all the time that gets... you can only get the gold tiles. There's a certain guy, and I can't think of what job he has. Do you remember what he is now?
Alchemist?
I can't remember.
I don't know what he is.
Yeah, I was like that, or a jeweler or something weird like that. And he can only get one of these gold tiles.
Maybe a jeweler, I think you're right.
Yeah, and he gets crazy bonuses if you get to use those gold tiles, because you can put them anywhere, and you have to have certain sets touching. They're the same. The artwork's really pretty on this. The theme is pretty cool. It's unique. And I don't know, there's just something about the way, I like the different currencies, because you've got you've got coins, you've got these circle and square things, it's how they distinguish between the different abilities, and you've got the feathers and all this, and you're trying to, again, maneuver on this map that's got all the different colors and stuff, but it's well designed, there's a lot going on with it, so this is definitely not a gateway style Euro, this has a lot more meat to it, but it's very elegant and smooth, and once... you've done a playthrough, you're going to just love it. Really likes it. It's Shakespeare. Oh, hello. You going to put it over there for me? Don't break Shakespeare. But yeah, that one's new.
And it's my 106.
Wow. Because it's a little light for you, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah. A little bit. But yeah, it's my 77. It's really awesome. This one, I'm sure, is not in your top 100. The next one, my 76.
Well, that one wasn't in my top 100.
That's true, too. But this one definitely won't, because I know it's too light for you. It's another little teeny game, see? This one is one of our go-tos for playing with a group and teaching them about trader games, and that is Saboteur. This one was my number 67, so it's kind of floating around in the same area here as 76. We just swapped the numbers around. This card game, you are dwarves and you're going down a mine, and at the bottom of this mine there are 3 different destinations. One of the 3 has gold. The other 2 are dead ends, and you're trying to figure out how to get there. Now, there are a few cards in the game that let you cheat and peek and see which one is the right place to go. And some of your team will inevitably go and peek at that. Question is, was that person really on your team? Or were they the Saboteur? Because the Saboteur can go in and break down and knock down walls when you're digging tunnels to the right location. Or they might mislead you and tell you that the other location is where the gold is and send everyone working together towards the other one. They'll break your tools. There's so much fun in this, and it's so fun to teach people that have never played trader games this game. It has always been a hit. And it's really fun to see everyone accusing everyone else of that and then going and, you know what, I don't like the way you're doing that. I think you're doing it wrong. I'm going to break your tools so you can't sabotage us. And then everyone's like up in arms about who's actually sabotaging, and fantastic, fun game, Saboteur. They have an expansion, Saboteur 2, and we've hardly played with that because we just love the base game so much. You don't really need to add the fluff to it. Might be worth pulling out and trying again.
Yeah, I mean, this used to be, for me anyway, used to be the go-to teaching people trader games, but I would almost say I'd pull out Deception Murder in Hong Kong first now. Mm-hmm. So this one's kind of dropped down the list. It's not on my list. It's not in my top 185. But yeah, it's just I think for me anyway, mm-hmm. I think there's a lot more gateway trader games that I would pull out before this one.
The reason I still keep this one in my repertoire, so to speak, is because this is a great one to take to school, and it's very compact. I'm only teaching them about the set of cards. Deception Murder in Hong Kong, like you said, is very popular too, but there's a lot more setup and stuff going on with that. And this one, if you just want a quick, easy throwdown, This is awesome for
Well,
that.
that one's quicker too.
Yeah, it does. It does play quicker. That's true. It does play more quickly. So that is my number 76, which was my 67 last year, and that is Saboteur.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you like that one. That one's. You like that one.
do. There's something about the way everyone accuses each other and the crazy race at the end to try to get everything accomplished before the Saboteur breaks something we can't fix. It's very fun. So my number 75 is new this year. Another completely different theme going on here. And that is the awesomeness of New York Slice. This is probably, without a doubt, the best themed game. I love Bezier. You guys hit a homer with this game. The box is a pizza box, okay? The rule book is a menu. The pieces are two-sided. You can see the crust on the back, and then you've got all your toppings and everything with the points on here. You've got daily specials, which are the bonuses that you can get in special scoring things. And your score pad is the guest check. I mean, so much great themey goodness to this. And what's going on here is you're trying to go for kind of a set collection. And as you can see, like here, for example, I've got a number at the bottom. You might want to collect the ones that have all 6s at the bottom. Whoever has the most of those is going to get that set of points. But the other groups can be getting those too. What happens is you're going to make a full pizza pie, and then you're going to have one person's going to split it up amongst the number of groups we have. But he doesn't get to pick which one he's going to take. The next person's going to pick first. Basically, the person who splits it up is going to get whatever's left at the end. So you want to split it up in such a way that you don't have something that's truly amazing, and you don't want anything really crummy because you're going to end up with that. So everyone's kind of agonizing over the decisions. Do I lump this daily special with something really good, or should I put it with crummy pizza? And, which do I want the most, and how do I want to make it look like it's not the one I want? A lot of fun. Love the theme. Super fun game, New York Slice. This is awesome. Go-to family game, gamer game, you name it. I think all levels and ages can get in on this one. And I'm going to guess that that's not on your top list either because it's not really your shtick.
Not even close. So it's crazy light. I do like the game, but it's crazy light. Even though it's got a lot of theme on it, it's very abstract.
It really is.
It's very abstract.
But whatever. No.
It's abstract.
The theme's too good.
You could very well just put different colors.
Oh, totally could. But then it would not be nearly as interesting. I wanted to play this game before I even knew what the game did because of the way they presented it.
No, it's great. It's a great presentation. The production's really good.
They did a fantastic job on that.
Anyway. Yep.
So there you have it. All right. Whew, that's such a good one. Now, my 74 has dropped a bit. I had it on my list last year, and it was 36.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to attribute this to my tastes changing somewhat and the fact that we don't play it nearly as much as I would like. I think it probably could float back up a little bit with some really good plays. And that is Colt Express. We don't have very many this may be our only program movement game. And boy, is this fun. This to me makes me think I might like other program movement games just because of the way they did this one. So everyone gets an individual character that has a unique ability. Like for example, I believe this one here, when she hits somebody and they drop their loot, she can pick it up in the same movement instead of taking 2 moves like everyone else does. And then there's Ghost. This is like your favorite player because he has extra cards hidden. You have some of your cards are face up, some are face down, so some people know part of your moves at least, and this guy hides pretty much everything. And so everybody's got this unique ability, right? And your goal is to get the most loot possible by the end of the game because you have a certain number of rounds, and by the end of those rounds, whoever's got the most money wins. And this is your board. Isn't that awesome? And what's great, you build this once, and they set up this insert so you can keep everything intact. So you link up your little train, and then you put the little pieces of loot and your little guys and all this stuff on there. And then you're programming, and each round is a little special, and you go in order, trying to figure out who's doing what. And this is where the hilarity ensues, because inevitably someone's going to throw a punch and whiff because somebody jumped up to the top of the car instead in the nick of time, or you shoot somebody, but that guy moves, so you end up shooting the guy behind him instead. There's a lot of fun stuff going on with this. Or like some of the cards, there's an event card for each round that you have, and like the end of one round might be the train slams on its brakes, so everybody moves forward a car. Or if you're on the top of the car, you get thrown back one. Or the sheriff jumps up at the end, and if you're above him directly, you're going to get shot. A lot of different things going on. A really interesting, fun, and super unique game.
Yep, so that was my number 80, so we're kind of in the same ballpark. I really enjoy this one. I'm not a big fan of program movement, but the game's so quick and so it's just fun.
It is.
That when you get messed up, it's just funny. But
yeah,
if this is a longer and more drawn-out game, I probably wouldn't like it as much, because your best laid plans are almost always go astray.
It's true, but that's what I think it's the appeal of the game. So that's a good one. Colt Express, my 74. All right, we're kind of keeping on the lighter side here for my number 73. This one is a family favorite, and it is in the Tales and Games series, and that is the Hare and the Tortoise. This one comes in this adorable little book box, which, by the way, be very careful with that, because as soon as you tip it, it will dump everything everywhere because the magnet's not super strong. But it's a little, again, you've got a little, it's unique. Sorry, my cards got a little crazy. You have a little pedestal where you're going to have first, second, and third place winners are going to stand on this at the end. Very cute. But you're going to build your board, and there's some pieces that have like water on it, and there's different tracks, and you can have them turn corners or straight pieces. So you can build your own unique track, or they have suggestions in the rule book how you want to do it. And everybody has it's kind of programmed movement. Everybody, you're going to get a set of cards, and there's going to be one or two characters that you're going to be rooting for and trying to promote, get them through to win first place in the race. But everybody moves differently. So if you're the turtle, for example, you're always going to move forward one each turn unless they give you a certain number more cards. So he just kind of slow but steady trudges ahead. The hare goes roaring up forward 2 spaces a turn unless he's in the lead, and then he stops and takes a nap and doesn't move at all. Then there's the sheep. We kind of joke the picture of him. He looks like you have him upside down. He looks like he's running and screaming. He's like, ah! And he does. He flies forward up to like 4, but he stops every time there's water. So, you want to try to plan accordingly. It's just really cute game. Our kiddos get into it. It's really easy for families to pick up the game and understand how to play it. And it's just a lot of fun to throw down on the table each time. And that is the Hare and the Tortoise. Tales and Games have a whole series of them, and they're all in the cute little book packaging like that. So if you enjoy this one or have tried it, I recommend going and trying some of the other ones, because we've played several of them and really enjoyed them. There's, what was it, the Pied Piper was one I think we tried recently, and there's like a picnic. Three Pigs. Three Pigs was really fun too.
Ant and the something.
Ant and the Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. But go check them out. They're really fun. This one's my particular favorite, and this one we own is the Hare and the Tortoise.
Yeah, I enjoy playing this with the kids, but obviously did not make my list.
I find it really fun. Oh, I didn't tell you. This one was my 88 last year. It's actually gone up.
Crazy.
Yeah. But
crazy.
Again, like, everybody in the family can play it now. Nessa can keep a secret now. So it's fun to play. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, my number 72 is actually another kind of family game. Go to...
Oh, dear.
I know. Crazy, huh? And I know you like this game.
Oh, my.
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, my.
Which just fairly recently, came out with a new expansion. And it's pretty awesome. But this game, oh, you're gonna take turns. You're gonna go around, and each round somebody is going to be the sheriff. And everyone else is a goodly merchant trying to bring their goods into the city past the sheriff. Now, some of them might have contraband, things that the sheriff thinks is illegal. So, you want to try to sneak it past him, or do you want to bribe him not to open your things, or do you want to pay him to open someone else's and distract him entirely, or do you want to cut some deal? The game is wide open for any kind of bargaining you want to try to do, and oh my goodness, let the shenanigans fly, right? And it's really humorous to watch as, like, people are bluffing or trying to pass through things, and it's a very, very fun game. You're collecting sets. The more of legal goods that you have, you're going to get victory points based off of that, or money. But you also get some really crazily good points if you sneak some things in, so... Especially with the new expansion. The new expansion has a lot more incentive for you to smuggle goods in because the bonuses are insane. They've really encouraged that, because before, I would say without a doubt, you could tell the truth through the whole game and have a pretty decent fighting chance of doing well. But I don't know so much now with the expansions. It really seems like they're really encouraging you to smuggle some goods. So tell us, because I know you love this game. This is like your...
it's my number 23. Yeah, I love that game. It's an awesome game.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. You need the right group of players to play it. Everyone needs to be kind of into it and having fun. If you're kind of shy and not very outgoing, this is not the game for you. But if you're obnoxious and a ham like me, it is just the game for you.
We do like to play in character and kind of whoop it up, so that makes it a lot of fun too. There you have it. Sheriff of Nottingham. And...
No, you didn't even mention this is signed by Scott Morris.
Such a snob, such a snob. Hi, Scott. Okay, so...
Scott's not watching.
Oh, my goodness. Last but not least, my number 71 for today. My 71... Oh, you know what? I didn't mention this before I do that. Before 71, Sheriff is new to my list this year.
What? Holy cow. It was my 15 last year and the 9 year before that.
I know. And I typically don't like bluffing games. But that game, I've had some amazing games with, and with the new expansion, the play has been hysterical. I really like the bluffing and stuff in this now.
Yeah,
it's grown on me a
bluffing
lot.
games are not really your cup of tea.
What are you trying to say? That I can't bluff?
No. Not even
there is a little element of that, too, I suppose.
Yeah, Rebecca, are you lying to me? Beat red. No, red.
This is why I just stay honest. It's easier. It's easy.
All right. What's the last one? What you got?
Last but not
impress
least
me.
today.
You haven't impressed me yet.
I'm not likely to here because I know you don't like this game as much as I do.
Oh, dear.
I'm about to probably make a big mess by tipping this, but... Smash Up. I love Smash Up.
Oh,
Smash Up. This was my 66. It's kind of holding steady. It was my 66 last year. And I'm shocked that it's holding steady because it's really hard for me to get people to play with me. Which, it's not like I destroy people or anything. It's just that it seems like the people that I get to play with most don't enjoy playing this game. I love this game. I love the fact that you can go and you can get sharks and shapeshifters, and you can make shape-shifting sharks, and you can fight cyborg apes, and you can... I love that you can mix it up every time. I would love to do cyborg ape ninjas or nanobot dinosaurs. The sky is the limit. And you go to different bases with your crazy smashed up army and all your special abilities, and you duke it out, and whoever gets the most points gets those victory points and gets to pull the benefit off of that card. Love this game. I love this game. You get tired of adding up the score all the time. For some reason, that does not bother me. I don't care, because I love the flavor text. Not the flavor text, the unique texts, and keeping track of who's got what special abilities, so what we've got there. I think it would make the game easier if you have the little mats that have the score tracker on it, so you can keep track without having to look. That would be a huge plus. But I haven't played with it yet, and I do fine. I like it. I really like it.
I think this game would be great if it had like a digital way of automatically scoring your cards. Because it's like you play a card and you have to recalculate everything. Okay, so this makes everything -1, and this then I add another card. Oh no, now everything gets a +2 if they're this, or a -1 if they're this, and you're just like. Half the time it's like, oh wait, we should have scored that 2 turns ago. What did you play? We got to backtrack. Hold on. Yeah, no.
I don't really have that happen very much, so that's interesting.
No.
But yes, and there's a bajillion expansions for this. We obviously have the big geeky box because I might as well show you.
We don't have all the expansions.
We don't have all the expansions. We're missing several, but there are the Pretty Smash Up edition. Okay. We have those with kitties and fairies and I think it's like unicorns. Probably my favorite one, the Cease and Desist, which has the total Star Trek knockoff in it, which I love. Then you've got the Monster Smash, and we've got the Awesome Level 9000, and Science Fiction Double Feature. You kind of see where we're going with the theme here. And then, of course, this one has, like, dinosaurs and ninjas and pirates and the nanites and the aliens and gnomes and yeah. What else do we have here? Oh, Astroknights, Bear Cavalry. I forgot about the bears. I love the bears. I play with those a lot. Change robots, cyborg apes, dinosaurs, fairies, geeks, ghosts. Oh, you play with the ghosts. Giant ants, ennobles, killer plants. I forgot about killer plants. Mad scientists, mythic horses, ninjas, pirates, princesses, robots, shapeshifters, star roamers. Star Trek, anyone? Steampunks. I forgot about them. Super spies, time travelers, tricksters, vampires, werewolves, wizards, zombies. And that, again, is minus several of the expansions. I know there's a Cthulhu one, and I think we are missing 1 or 2 of the newest ones.
Yep.
I love this game. I love this game. The concept I thought was so clever and cute. And it's just fun to take your deck and just kind of like, you know what, I want to try this combo and just see if it works. And I like to experiment in games, and this is like the ultimate experimenting game because you're always mixing it up and trying different things. So there you go. If you haven't tried it, I think you would enjoy it. If you like to do like mixing up and you like the sci-fi genre, there's a lot of things going for it. Take it as it is. Take it lightly, obviously. I wouldn't... This is not a game I would get super serious with.
I guess you could. With it.
Of course you do. No, he doesn't. But anyway, that is Smash Up, and it was my 71, but it was 66 last year, so...
You want to wear it on my list?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
That's what... you pretended to look.
I looked earlier. I made sure. I don't know why I looked, but I did.
But yeah, super fun. So... there it is, guys. We have done the 80 through 71.
We did.
Flew through it. Good stuff. Lots of new stuff. Stay tuned. And we're going to do the next 10 very soon. Take care. See you next week.